Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank you for your attention and your being in class. 2 minutes behind schedule. We're supposed to start at 8 o'clock, and this 2 minutes past it. Of course, me, I'm not a person that is actually moved with people. I always prefer if I'm even having just only one person. And since I'm having a single good person there, I think we can start. Other people will join us if they have the time. The essence of this training is actually to elaborate and to let us understand how to do designing using Corel Draw. It's free. There is no uh, funds, nobody or in any form, way or manner that I'll be requesting that you drop any money. Even though I understand that things you don't pay for, people say it that people don't really appreciate. But let's see how far we go and see how people will appreciate this. Of course, this training is being recorded for people in case they are unable to join live. They will be able to watch the recorded recording. I would like to know just the person that is online to respond. How are you, please? Are you there?
I'm
Even though
good,
your
sir.
name.
Good
Okay,
evening,
thank
sir.
you. Okay, good evening. You are welcome. Now, I will first, of course, the next thing you are expected is to train us and to show how to use the tools and how to do this, how to do that. But the first thing I'm going to do now is to replicate what we did, the flyer that you are looking at.
Yes, sir.
Please mute yourself back, please, so that we have a very good conversation. Okay, thank you very much. Now, I will go back to replicate this design, and then I say they're going to be using corridor. Of course, there should be a prerequisite requirement for this training, but I think as long as you know how to operate a system, you know how to handle mouse, you know how to handle, you've worked with the system before, you will be able to go along and work with Corel Draw. So let's go straight to it, of course. Shouldn't be telling you this is how to open your Corel Draw. You go to your normal start menu and click your Corel Draw, and as easy as that. So I'll be sharing my Corel Draw application now to start with the design. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to design what you are seeing on the screen right now. We are going to do it together and see how far we go. Then from there, we now move to explain what are the tools that we can use to do this, what are the tools we can use to do that, on like that. One thing I always believe that can help people in my experience of over 10 years of training people is if you can replicate what you see, then you will be able to develop your own inspiration. If you can replicate what you see, then you'll be able to develop your own inspiration. One thing about graphics is inspiration. You design what you see in your brain, you bring it out to reality. And then with the advent of AI, with the advent of different things that has come up, they are there to actually help us to fasten or to make our work easier and then quicker and make it look at least better. So I will go to my corridor now, and I'll be sharing the screen of my corridor so that you will be able to see. So give me just 1 minute to share the screen. Yeah, thank you. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, what we want to do is to replicate what we design. And of course, for us to be able to replicate it, I have to bring it on the screen. So I will import what that image that I showed you the other time. Then go to File, Import, excuse me. So what I did is to get the size of what I need, of what I'm designing, which is the first thing. I want to do this side. I'm going to duplicate it using Ctrl D, then bring it here. I will convert it to curve. Of course, all these things we are still going to explain it. That as we design, as we move ahead, we understand everything better. I will make a node here. Node is the connection between 2 points. I wish I have music in the background playing. Then let's just go ahead. Then I give this a color. If I want to use this exact color, of course, this is the exact color. If I want to use this, I can just use my color eyedropper to pick and drop the color here. I want to remove this black line, just right clicking. Uh, there is a logo here, so that means I have to draw a circle here. I have to shift it up a bit. So, of course, I have this thing here. I have to draw. This one goes into, of course, this is white. There's like, okay, I want to remove the line. Right click, no line. I want to bring this one upward and fill it with white also. Remove the line, right click. Don't worry, I'm still going to do my explanation. I just want us to do this one together first and see. Then we move ahead to any other explanation or to how to use each of all these bits. So this is free graphics, so free graphics tree. I want to cut it, separate it because the font are different. They have different formats. So Ctrl K and then use a bold font. Let me use this. I think it's the same font. This one's supposed to be in capital letter. Shift F3, uppercase. Use a bolder font. I want to zoom it. I'm pressing Z on my keyboard. Then if I press Z, it brings out the zoom tool. We are still going to explain and know the function of each of these tools as we go on. So this is in white. So I'll just put white. White. Then the next thing is this hand online. Let me tap it out. Online training section. It has something below, kind of a rectangle with a curved edge. So I'll draw another rectangle here. Bringing this one inside. So I'll reduce the font size and put it here. Okay. I want this thing to align, so I'm selecting it together to this and press L to align left. This is a bit bold, then let me reduce it a bit, maybe around 11. Enter. I'm using the shape tool. Shape to work on nodes. Nodes are meeting points. That's what I did the other time. Yeah, I'm still going to explain. So from the property, I can easily correct, make that place curve. I think 0.1 is okay. Then this place to 0.1 curve, okay. Let me put one outline, make it thicker so that it will show my printing. I think we are getting it a bit then. Of course, this logo, okay, before the logo, let me type the other things there. https://t.me/corel free train. Then join us on Tuesday, 23rd July 2024 by inscription on our Telegram channel. Okay. I use the scroll to zoom in and zoom out, the scroll button on my mouse, so that's what I'm using. I think it's more easier. I want to reduce this one a bit. Shift it up. So in this one. So I suppose to have actually downloaded some of the things I've been needing because I won't be designing the Telegram logo. We know this is a Telegram logo, so there is no point in me designing it. We know this is a phone logo. We know this is Facebook, this social media logo. There is no point in me designing it. You can easily go to the net and download it. So let's go to the net and download it. So before we go to the net, okay, I will share. So let me share the screen of what and what do we need? We need the Telegram. Let me share the screen of where we are going to do the downloading so that we do everything together. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Where is my... Okay. I'm not seeing my web browser. What happened? Come on. Where's my web browser? Okay. What? I think I have a lot of things that I need to request. Okay, let me use this. Okay. Okay, yeah, I've seen my web browser. Okay. I'm sure you're seeing the web browser now, the Google. So, you need the Telegram logo. Since the background of what we are doing is white, so we can just get one like this. Either let's click to open. So we right click and save the image. Okay, copy. I will copy, then paste it. Already pasted it on my Corel Draw. Then I need the phone logo too. Let's say contact. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. Okay. So I think let me use a phone. I think I prefer that green one. Okay. In this one, I'm copying the image. I'm pasting it again. That's the second one. Then the social media, we have the Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So maybe Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We have the three. Maybe this one is better. Okay, let me go to the image. Facebook, YouTube, and Facebook, YouTube, and okay, let me use this one from the Shutterstock. I hope. No, no, I prefer the one with white. Okay, I've seen the one I actually use. I've seen the one I actually use. Okay. Okay. I'm copying the image also. I'm saving it, dropping it in my, I think those are the image in there. So let me switch it back and then share my Corel Draw. Okay, we are back. So these are the things we copied. So I'm resizing it using Shift, select it. I'm resizing it from the angle. I'm not resizing it from here. It will deform our shape. So I'm resizing it from here, making sure I reduce the white background as much as possible. I'm using the shape tool. Shape tool is very, very important. So, oh, there is still one thing that we need. We need this background. Sorry, we need this picture, and you need to be very careful. Actually, as a graphics person, you make sure that you don't use a background that has a watermark or a background that is a registered one. There are different places where you can get free pictures, free stocks. Though the area we are in this world doesn't really talk much about don't use this, don't use, but it is very good to be unique in what you are doing so that they will know that this is actually what you did. Can have two, three, four ideas together, put them together to acquire a particular thing, but you just make sure you are not copying the work of someone. You can use it to train, but when you're actually working for a customer or a client, make sure you try as much as possible to be unique. So I want to remove this black background here. That's why I prefer a white background. Okay, that's been removed. Don't worry, I'm still going to explain that. So every images we are using here is just for training purposes. So I will go and browse for that image to a training image. I may not necessarily need to share my screen for that. Share the web training image. So once I get it, I will just copy it and paste it. I may not really get the exact one, but I will just look for something that illustrates that. Something, I will just do something that illustrates that. So I've seen one here. Copy image, come to my Corel Draw. Aha, let me just use this one. So I'm resizing it. So I'm putting it here. This thing is inside this rectangle. So you right click and drag it there. So that's what they call power click. So click to edit it. I control click to do the editing. Okay, I wanted to show the people the training session. Okay. Okay, I wish it shows the tutor. I think the tutor is the most important thing. It's showing there. That's okay. Oh, can you see something is showing there? It's not supposed to show. Let's close it up. Okay. So let's continue with the arrangement. So this, bring it back down with it. There should be space down with it. This one, let me break it, Control K. I want the font of that one a bit different from the other, 9. And these other ones, I think I use Garamond. I don't know what I prefer. Just like a simple design, simple fonts that make your work look a bit touchy, catchy, and professional. I think that's that about that. Then, well, there is something here, instruction on your Telegram. Okay, instruction on your Telegram. Just see, okay. I'm going to type that instruction on your Telegram. Okay. On your Telegram, just search, then click on this. Okay. I want to reduce the font so that it is okay. So instruction on your Telegram. Okay, click search, then enter Corel free tree and click to join. Okay. I think next time I will look for music in the background. I think I like kind of the music to be playing. So this should be italics. Then it should come down here. Then after that we have this. We have white. Okay, we have white around the phone. Since I want to use this, I've just copied parts of this. It's not necessary, but I think so. Plus 234 806664879 Let me just use one phone number. I think this thing looked more thin. I want to centralize this thing, so I select it together, press C, or this C or E? I think C. And this one I'm putting in the so I'll put at is matter. Oh, maybe the small letter is. So that means on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you search at this market, you will find us there. With this. So if you look at it, okay, remove this logo, of course, this is my logo. You know I can steal the logo from here. Then to remove this logo, this Corel draw sign, can easily browse this one too. I want to remove it, I want to get it from here, take it from here. That's something I can do. Can just do something. Yeah, something has happened. To bring it up, it's having a white background. I don't want it to have any background, so you can still follow this step like I did the other time. Okay. Good. I want to put this other logo here too. Okay, I want to put this other logo. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to copy, double click also. Then so I'm going to bring it up here, Shift F3. It is having some background. I'm going to see. Let me drop it inside. That with power clip. We have some noise in the background. Those are my children. So I think something like this. But you see this face. Let me see if I can do something just to make that face look right. Pick the color, drop it here. Oh, good. Good. I want to view a heart. Now, if you look at up and down here, I want to remove this line because there is an outline color here. I want to remove it right here. So if you look at the two, you will hardly believe that it's not actually the same. What makes it different is just the image you are seeing here. So I always say, as long as you can replicate a particular design, we can see another one to replicate it. Then it will be very easier for you to do one or two things. So with this, we can now start and introduce ourselves to Corel Draw. And one thing about Corel Draw, as long as you know how to use these tools and the properties, you will be able to do one or two things. I gave graphics a definition of manipulation. So I always say graphics is manipulation of text and object. If you look at what we just did now, everything we are having here is text and objects. Either in JPEG form, these are text, no matter the fonts or how they look like. These are objects, no matter how these are objects, these are objects, these are objects. This shape even is an object. We have shapes and we have images, so they are objects. So manipulation of text and objects. So depending on how you can manipulate this, depending on how you can put all these things together, would actually determine how your work will look like. Of course, this is Bismarck technology, and it's been a while we've been in this field. Of course, we are not only doing designing, we do printing, we do press work, and many other things that are related to graphics. So the focus of this training is actually to build a community that, because most of the time I notice people actually want to do this thing, but most of the time probably they don't have the time, probably they are far away, or probably they don't know who can put them through. So this training will be a life like this. It's going to be a continuous training on every Tuesday. We bring new things. If there's any new things you can get, you can drop it on the page. Then we do the design, record it, send the link so that you can watch and watch and watch all over until you understand it. So now, let's go straight now and explain few of these tools, because the beauty of training is to actually understand what is being done and to be able to carry it out yourself. You know, that is why personally I like practical work than theory, because I always tell my students that in practical, you see, it is what you see that you do. In practical class, generally, you do, you record what you see. What you can see with your eyes, with your five senses, that is what you record. In the theory, you have to read, you have to cram, you have to think, you have to make sure you understand it before you go for the exam. But in practical, you put down, you can, okay, just like what I designed what I saw above. You understand? So it is very, very easy to understand this. So let's quickly go to Corel Draw and let me start from explanation. Now, if you open your Corel Draw, most of the time, there is a welcome screen. You know, you have your new, you have your, what do you call it now, open and many other things like that. Of course, you click your new to enter the, no matter the version of the Corel Draw you are using. Look, let me explain something to you. Some people say, oh, Corel 5 is now out, oh, Corel 7, Corel 9, 2021, 2023, oh, I like this. No. If you look at each of the version of this Corel, what makes them different from one another is most of the time the arrangement and the addition of some few features. And most of these features that they are adding with it, actually, a normal or general, a professionals or people that do design don't really actually need it, because they have their way of actually getting it done elsewhere in another way. So no matter the version of the Corel Draw you are using, you don't need to be confused with the one you've seen. Probably you were trained with Corel Draw 9. I was trained with Corel Draw 9. I think it's 9. I remember Corel Draw 9. And it's not that somebody actually trained me. I just found Corel Draw interesting. I saw it somewhere, somebody was using it. I think that was far back, maybe, I wish I remember. Maybe 2003 or so. I'm trying to remember. Okay, maybe 2003 or thereabout. I found it interesting. Somebody was doing it. Somebody was working with it. And You understand? So it just got to my attention. I saw it and I tried to look for it. And fortunately, I was in an environment that time when there is a system and they only have kids in the place, except myself and one other boy. So I had to took the advantage to get that software from the person. That was how I started using Corel, and I've been developing myself with it since that time. So now, as I was saying, I was actually trying to explain the versions of Corel. So no matter the version of Corel you see, Corel 9, 10, 11, X3, X5, X7, 2019, 2021, just make sure that you are able to get the basic tools that we are going to be using. That is the basic tools that are actually used here. You understand? So those are the basic things that you actually need. And when you are actually working with Corridor, you must understand these two, well, these two bars here. You must understand them. You must understand this bar here. This is a property bar. Starting explaining the environment of Corridor, you have the menu bar. This menu bar is common everywhere. Sure, you understand? I'm sure you know that one. Maybe in your Office suite, Microsoft Word, Excel, and whatever, that is your title bar, because that is where the name of your the name of your file is going to be shown. That is where we display. It is title bar, not menu bar. This is the menu bar here. The menu bar here, if you notice that my own menu bar is looks like a blank, but I know what is there. So don't worry. So we have different menus here, menu bar. Then here you have the standard bar. Standard bar, they are shortcut. All these things here, all these shortcuts here you are seeing here, you can still find them in this menu bar. And down here you have this what do you call it, property bar. And you have the toolbar by the left, you have the color palette by the right, you have the status bar below. These toolbar are very important, and what you are seeing in this property bar depends on this toolbar. Get what I'm trying to say? What you are seeing displaying here depends on what you are using currently, the kind of a tool you are using currently. So that means if I choose any of the tools here, there is possibility that there is possibility some of this property here will change. If you notice why I was doing the design the other time, as I was selecting some of these two here, some of the property here are changing. Because once I select A now, it has changed. You see the font list, you see the font size, you see the bold italics, and things that you can actually edit. With your font, you can edit that can help you to format your text. So if I click the zoom tool now, I can see it has changed. So what is displaying here, now I've picked the first one again, pick 2, depends on the tool that you are using. And the default property you are seeing is the paper property. Of course, it's telling me the size of the paper I'm using. Now, looking at this, you see this is A5. So automatically, this is A5 paper I'm using. And actually, in your system, most of the time, you always have letter to be the default paper. But majorly, we are used to what? A4 paper. Then make sure that you always have A4 here before you do your design. This is the size of your paper. Make sure, depending on the orientation that you want, either in landscape or portrait. Then this one, you understand it better as you work more in pages. This is the unit. I always use inches. No matter what I'm designing, even if I'm designing a big banner, I always use inches. Okay? I always use inches. So to get the size of what I need, because the ruler I use inches. So it's not actually compulsory to use inches. You can use millimeter, centimeter, depending your measuring tools. But I always advise people to use inches. So this is not get distance. Is actually is telling you the movement or the center. Maybe I didn't get the meaning of not get, but I don't really use this. But this one, I always use this one because this is duplicate distance. And most of the time, the duplicate distance always come in 0.25, 0.25. But personally, I always like it to be in 0.0 because I want to make my duplication and I don't want it to change the position of the duplication. Like this now, if you look at this, if I'm duplicating this now, duplication Control D. Once I press Control D, right, it has been duplicated already. I knew that. Can you see? But most people always prefer to put this one to maybe 25, 25, so that by the time you duplicate, it will shift at a distance for you to save. But I prefer it doesn't shift. So that is why I'm having 0, 0 here. So you can decide to have 0, 0 there, or you can decide to have 0.25 there. So as time goes on in our designing, we understand how we can use all these tools on this thing. Now, this is shape tool. This is pick tool. This is shape tool. If you notice in our drawing, in this design, I use this pick tool and shape tool very, very often. And I use the zoom tool very, very often. So these tools are very, very important. So they help you to understand or to know what each tool, the function that each tool can perform. I mean the property. The property helps you to understand the function that each of these tools at the left hand side there can perform. So if we look at this, I won't want it to be too long. We've already spent 30 something minutes now, but I think as we practice, as we train, you understand things better. So in designing, what do we need to understand first? The first thing you need to understand is the size of what you want to design. When I wanted to do this design, the first thing I did was to draw a box. So the box is to tell me that what I am designing will not exceed this range. Just like designing a business card. Let me put this at the side. I want to bring up a business card. Let me just go and browse for one business card online. I'm not sharing that screen so that it will take most of our time. Sorry for all this business card image. Oh, okay. There is one that I have front and back and some things like that. Let me just copy that one and bring it up so that you'll be able to check it. Okay. Copy, paste. So now, if you look at this business card now, if you are designing a business card, what is the first thing you need to know is the size. The size will give you the scope of what you want to do. It will give you the scope of what you want to do. So now, I want to design this business card that it is now. And I want you to save this thing because you are going to be doing this. Okay, this one. This is the front. This one is the front and back business card. So this is the front and this is the back. I will do this one and you will do this one later on and drop it on the platform for me. So let's see. I want you to follow how I will be doing this one. It is the designing. It is everything we do that will make you to understand what each of the tools are being used for. Don't forget, this is a practical class. This is not a theory that I will just tell you this and tell you that. This is a practical class where I will be able to work on something, then tell you to do the same, then see how far you are able to do it. So the first thing is to get my size of the business card. I'm using the size directly. Actually, if you look at this side, this is 3. You can make it 3 by 2, 3.2, but I'm using direct size. So I just draw it on it. Since I'm replicating this, that's why I'm doing it on it. Do you understand? So if you are doing your own, you can do it directly on it too. So doing it on this, let me see. I think this place is curve. Curve, I go to shape to. Shape to have different function. Allows you, can you see this is the corner roundness. So this one we give it the corner roundness, something like that. We have it there. Shape to work on node. What do my node? Node and meeting point. This is the node. This is the, can you see? I'm zooming in. This is the node. This line meet and this line meet here. That's the meaning. If I remove the corner roundness, this straight line and this horizontal line, this vertical line and this horizontal line meet here. That's the node. So, but I'm adding corner roundness to the node now. So, I want something like this. So I can easily go to my freehand tool. This is a freehand tool. I want to draw. Click just once. Don't drag. Click. Can you see? I come here. Click once. Don't drag. Click. Now I want this drawing to continue. Now, if you want it to continue, you must make sure that, can you see that there's a kind of a pointed arrow in the mouse? Look at this one. This one is a curve. If you look at this mouse, you don't have a pointed arrow there. That means you can draw another line. But I want to continue with this line. Can you see? It shows a kind of a pointed arrow. So that means if you click, it will join the line you are drawing. Click, join the line. Click again. Click, join the line. Then click. That's that. But don't forget, what you draw is not closed. So that means you can't fill it with color. So you have to close it and you say close in the property. Close curve. Once you click close curve, that means it has closed it. So that means if you put it a color, there will be color fit. So I want to use the exact color. So I'm using my color eyedropper, selecting the color inside, then dropping it there. So since this and this is the same thing, I'm going to duplicate this, Ctrl D, then rotate it, Abby. But I will not be rotating. I will not be rotating. Ctrl Z. I will use flip. Can you see? Mirror vertically. Mirror vertically. I mirror this thing vertically. But since I want to use the color here, click, click. Then bring it up here. Can you see? Then I'm having this one. Don't forget this. I have to draw a rectangle or use freehand tool again to draw this thing. Click, double click, double click, close. That's a rectangle inside. So I want to use the color inside the click and drag. I want to drag it there. So so this thing, I want to select this and bring it here. It's 40 something minutes now. Select. I'm going to group it. Ctrl G. You can see grouping here on the prop. Then I want to duplicate. Ctrl D. I want to flip horizontal. Flip horizontal. Then bring it here. So for me to actually bring it here, I can actually use a shortcut. Select this. Then since I'm going to the right, just click R. It's going to align to that side. So can you see? Can you see that? So I'm sure you can draw this logo. I shouldn't be drawing this logo. You have to complete this. You have to type this. This one, you download it. You download it. This. So I want you to complete this thing. You understand? It's already 40 something minutes of the time. I didn't want it to be taking too much time like this, so that you'll be able to have straight access. And if it is okay by us, I think there's no problem anyway. So for now, I want to call it off for today because the time is already going. If there is anything you want to ask, I don't know if there is anything you want to say. I still want to welcome everyone that is here. Of course, I'm having 2 of you here. I think somebody that actually started with me, maybe that person has cut off. Maybe he's going to join later or see the recording. So, if there is any question, I won't be telling you to ask question here, but you can easily drop it on the platform for any of your questions. But I want you to make this attempt, and then you can actually check from the beginning of this video how we do this design. I replicate this thing before some of you join. All these things, I just did this one. This was the one posted. Aha. So I just did this one now, which you can also try to do. So we are going to call it a day now, and then we are going to meet next Tuesday. It's very, very important. If there is anybody you have around you, please tell them, let them come around. This is free and it's going to stand free. So I won't say you should ask questions now because of the time has gone already. So by next class, I will check your assignment. You drop it on the platform, then you can ask more questions and understand this thing better. So uh, in closing, I want to say thank you all for everyone. This video is going to be dropped on the platform so that you will be able to have access to it. Thank you and God bless you. So see you in the next class. I'm going to drop the link so that you can check it. Then we are going to continue from here. Don't forget, you have to continue with this. You have to continue with this one. You have to continue with this. Finish it and try to make attempt on this. So as we are doing this one, if you can't get it, you can let me know. So I can, then maybe next class we are going to do a few videos because I don't want it to be. This is the third time I'm repeating it. So somebody
I,
want to say something?
so,
Okay.
what app do we need to install on our system to be able to design all this?
He just Corel Draw. That's all.
Choreograph,
Corel Draw.
Corel Draw.
Corel
So,
Draw. Yes. Corel Draw. Any of the version.
all right.
Okay, you're welcome. So please, before next class, have Corel Draw on your system. That is just what you need. I think if it is in Nigeria here, you can get it very easily around, so you know where to get it. So take care. I'll drop the video so that you can check it later. Thank you and God bless. 8 p.m. next week, Tuesday. Let's come around. Then make sure you do your assignment and drop it on the platform so that you can go through it, so that you can start, continue from that place. Thank you and then stay blessed. Bye for now.